Vladistan, a name uttered with a hushed reverence, a shiver down the spine. He was a phantom of the art world, his origins unknown, his face always hidden, his paintings, they were the stuff of nightmares, each stroke pulsating with a terrifying life of its own. His work surfaced sporadically, appearing in prestigious galleries, then vanishing without a trace. Each stroke seemed to writhe, to whisper of another world, a dark reflection of our own. Collectors, enthralled and horrified, paid fortunes for a glimpse into Vladistan's macabre visions. They called him a visionary, a master of the grotesque. But they didn't know the truth. They didn't know that Vladistan's paintings weren't just art. They were windows. Windows into something truly horrifying, something that whispered back. It started subtly, a shiver down the spine while gazing upon a Vladistan masterpiece, a cold spot in a room where his paintings hung. Then the nightmares began, vivid, grotesque, and undeniably real. One collector, a wealthy socialite named Miss Delacroix, swore she saw the eyes in the portrait follow her. Another, a renowned art critic, woke screaming, claiming the figures in his Vladistan landscape had stepped out of the frame. The rumors began, whispered at gallery openings, debated in hushed tones. Was it the power of suggestion? Mass hysteria? Or was there something more, something sinister, woven into the very fabric of Vladistan's art? They dismissed it as coincidence, as the folly of minds too easily swayed by darkness. But deep in their hearts, a seed of unease had been planted, a seed that would soon blossom into full-blown terror. The lines blurred, the world within the paintings, once safely confined to their gilded frames, began to bleed into reality. At first, it was fleeting, almost imperceptible, a flicker of movement in the corner of the eye, a sound like claws scraping across hardwood floors. Then, more brazen, objects moved, whispers drifted from empty rooms, shadows danced in the dead of night, taking on the grotesque forms of Vladistan's creations. The terror escalated. Those who owned his paintings, once proud collectors, were now prisoners in their own homes. They tried to rid themselves of the cursed artwork, to destroy it, to donate it, to make it disappear. But the paintings always returned, appearing on their doorsteps, a chilling reminder of their folly. They were trapped, ensnared in a nightmare of their own making. The gallery opening was a grand affair. The elite had gathered, champagne flutes clinking, eyes gleaming with avarice and morbid curiosity. A new Vladistan had arrived. This one, a chilling depiction of a masked ball, promised to be his masterpiece. As the clock struck midnight, the screams began. The figures in the painting, once frozen in time, stirred. They stepped out of the canvas, their painted smiles transformed into grotesque sneers. They were grotesque mockeries of life, their touch a promise of unimaginable pain. Panic erupted. The elite, so accustomed to being the observers, were now the observed. They scrambled, desperate to escape the nightmare unfolding around them. But there was nowhere to hide. The gallery, once a sanctuary of art and culture, had become a slaughterhouse. Crimson sunset, blood-red sky, trapped in a painted hell. The survivors found themselves trapped within the very landscapes I had painted. A once tranquil forest became a tangled, thorny nightmare. A serene seaside vista transformed into a churning maelstrom. The air thick with the stench of brine and decay. They were hunted, stalked by the creatures of my imagination. Each stroke of my brush had breathed life into these horrors, and now they were hungry for the fear that fueled their existence. As days turned into nights, the line between reality and nightmare blurred completely. The survivors were pushed to the brink of madness, their sanity fraying like a threadbare tapestry. They had become players in my twisted game, their lives hanging precariously in the balance. The face in the shadows, Vladistan's grim inspirations. Whispers began to circulate, rumors of my past, of my true nature. Some said I was a descendant of a long line of sorcerers, my paintings imbued with ancient forbidden magic. Others claimed I had made a pact with a dark entity, trading my soul for the power to transmute imagination into reality. The truth, as always, was far more disturbing. I was not a sorcerer, not a devil worshipper. I was a conduit, a vessel for the collective darkness that festered within the human heart. My paintings were not creations, but reflections, mirrors reflecting back the hidden cruelty, the suppressed rage, the unspoken fears that lurked beneath the surface of civilization. With each stroke of my brush, I gave form to these nightmares, releasing them into the world, where they fed on the terror of their victims. I was both artist and monster, my sanity the price I paid for my gruesome gift. The truth of Vladistan's power was a dark and ancient secret. Centuries ago, a desperate artist, driven mad by his own ambition and the cruelty of the world, had stumbled upon a hidden gateway, a portal to a realm of pure, unadulterated nightmare. He made a deal, a pact with the entity that ruled that realm. In exchange for his soul, he would be granted the power to make his nightmares real, to trap his tormentors within the very hellscapes they had forced him to endure. The artist became Vladistan, his name a curse whispered on the wind. He wandered the earth, his paintings instruments of vengeance. Each masterpiece a testament to his suffering, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked within every human heart. Hope flickered. A young art restorer, Sarah, had been studying Vladistan's work, obsessed with unraveling the secrets behind his art. She saw through the horror, recognizing the pain, the desperation that fueled his creations. She discovered a hidden message within his paintings, a pattern, a code that pointed to a way to break the curse. It was a dangerous gamble. To enter Vladistan's world, to confront the artist himself, was to risk becoming another prisoner of his twisted imagination. But Sarah saw a flicker of humanity buried deep within the madness. She believed that Vladistan could be saved, that the cycle of horror could be broken. Armed with her knowledge and her unwavering empathy, she prepared to enter the belly of the beast. Sarah found Vladistan in his studio, a shadowy figure hunched over a canvas, his face obscured by the wide-brimmed hat he always wore. The air crackled with power, the scent of turpentine and fear heavy in the air. She saw the torment in his eyes, the weariness of an eternity spent wrestling with nightmares. She pleaded with him to stop, to break free from the pact that bound him. She reminded him of the beauty he once saw in the world, the beauty he had captured in his early works, before the darkness consumed him. A flicker of recognition crossed Vladistan's face. A single tear rolled down his cheek, a testament to the humanity that still flickered within him. He raised his brush, not to attack, but to paint. He painted a single word on the canvas, "Forgive." Then with a sigh, he crumpled to the floor, his body turning to dust, his essence finally released from the curse. The paintings remained, scattered across the globe, chilling reminders of Vladistan's reign of terror. But they were different now. The life that had pulsed within them, the malevolence that had oozed from every stroke, was gone. In its place was a haunting sadness, a poignant reflection of the artist's tormented soul. Sarah dedicated her life to studying Vladistan's work, to understanding the darkness that had consumed him, and the power of art to both reflect and shape the human experience. She knew that the world was a canvas, and that each of us had the power to choose whether to paint with light or shadow. Vladistan's legacy served as a chilling reminder that the line between imagination and reality was perilously thin, and that the monsters we feared most were often the ones we created ourselves.